And finally, the Premier League is back. Come on. So, I am here to predict the first weekend's fixtures for the Premier League. So let's get into it. First game, Manchester United vs Spurs, the early 12:45 kickoff on BT Sport. And I've just found out on Van Gaal's press conference today that David De Gea will not be starting for Manchester United because he feels that Real Madrid are distracting him, or he's distracted by Real Madrid one way or the other. So I think without De Gea it could be a completely different game, but I still think Manchester United will be strong enough here. Apparently Schweinsteiger will not be able to play either because he's not exactly match fit yet, which a lot of people may have expected. But I think they'll be good enough with Depay, Schneiderlin and Rooney and all the rest of it. And I can see Tottenham giving them a run for their money, so that's why I've gone with a slender 2-1 victory for Manchester United at Old Trafford in the first game of the Premier League on the 12:45 kickoff. In the next game, 3 o'clock kickoff, I've gone with for the Bournemouth Villa game, Bournemouth's first ever game in the Premier League, and I haven't gone them to win. They're playing Villa, who hasn't replaced Benteke or Delph yet. I can't see Villa winning. I can't see Bournemouth winning either. So obviously that's why I've gone with a 1-1 draw. I can see Bournemouth winning the game very, very soon. I think Villa's experience will help them out in this game. And I think Bournemouth will just be up for it. The fans will be up for it. The players will be up for it. But I think maybe their inexperience might lack in a little bit on the first game. It's first game for the new boys. So that's why I'm going with for them it would be decent. But I have gone with a 1-1 draw at home for Bournemouth against Villa. Next game at Goodison Park, Everton vs Watford. I can't see Watford having a good time in the first game back for several years in the Premier League. And I can see Everton doing well in this game, so that's why I've gone with 3-1 to Everton. In the next game, Leicester vs Sunderland. Now I know I've predicted both of these two teams to go down, but I believe Leicester under Ranieri might be okay in this game. I think their players will be more up for it. The fans will be behind the team. Their first game since Nigel Pearson obviously got sacked in the summer. So I've gone with a 1-0, a close game, but a 1-0 win to Leicester nonetheless. So in the next game, that is Norwich versus Palace. Again, like Watford, I can't see Norwich having a good day in their first game back. Carroll Road, where are you? Esbury Avenue, we all know it. So I've gone with Palace because I can see them finishing strong this year. I've gone with a 2-0 win at Carroll Road, but to Crystal Palace. So in the 5:30 kickoff, late kickoff at Stamford Bridge, for Chelsea versus Swansea, and I have gone with a 2-0 win for Chelsea. Now, I know that they might have lost in the Community Shield to Arsenal and then lost again in the friendly to Fiorentina, 1-0 at Stamford Bridge earlier this week, but I don't think that will affect them whatsoever. It's only a friendly pre-season. Mourinho knows that. No one's really that bothered about it. So, that's why I'm pretty much going, I mean, not pre-season. I mean, no one's really bothered with the fact that Chelsea are losing because they know that they can kick on in the Premier League. I'm not saying pre-season doesn't really count or doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, but it's always good to have confidence of winning and stuff. But Chelsea won't be too bothered about losing their games because they know their focus, obviously, on trying to retain their Premier League title. But nonetheless, I have gone for Chelsea's first game, probably without Costa again, I'm not too sure, but even without Costa, I've gone with a 2-0 win to Chelsea at home against Swansea. So, starting off now with the Sunday games. First game on Super Sunday, Arsenal versus West Ham. Now, after Arsenal's form, obviously in pre-season, as I just clarified, pre-season does take a benefit, I think, but some teams maybe not so much. I think Arsenal might have a confidence booster, especially after beating Chelsea, even if it is only a friendly, as I do stress. I just can't see the way that we're playing and the way our team depth is right now. As I said, I think we only need 1 or 2 players to win the league. But I do think that after, of course, West Ham getting knocked out of the Europa League by a team I've never heard of before, even if they did rest all their players for the upcoming Premier League game, I still think their confidence might be a little bit low after getting knocked out of the Europa League, and maybe some of their players might be a bit tired from the old Europa League hangover and all the rest of it. So I've gone with an easy 3-0 win for Arsenal at the Emirates. The next game is another 1:30 kickoff on a Sunday, and it's Newcastle versus Southampton. And I haven't gone with a Southampton win at St James's Park. I've kind of gone for the same reason of West Ham. Although Southampton did get through quite comfortably in Europa League, I do believe that Newcastle will give them a run for their money. I reckon it'll be a good goal fest. I can't see Newcastle not conceding a goal. I can still see their defence maybe being a bit damp, as they say. Not damp. Maybe, what's the word? Maybe being a little bit low on confidence after a bit of last season. So, and I can see Southampton scoring goals and maybe dropping goals. So that's why I've gone with a good goal fest here. Newcastle 2, Southampton 2 at St James's Park. So that should be a good game. Final game on the Sunday, 4 o'clock kickoff, continuing in Super Sunday along with Arsenal and West Ham. It's Stoke City versus Liverpool. Now we all know what happened last game of the season, I should say. Sorry, last year. Stoke beat Liverpool by 6 goals to 1 on Gerrard's final Gerrard's final game for the club when he did score that goal. But I can't see the same. I can't see history repeating itself here. I can't see Liverpool getting their revenge either, because Stoke are always a very hard team to beat at home. I was thinking maybe putting a 2-1 win to Stoke, but I have gone with a 1-1 draw between Stoke and Liverpool. I can see Liverpool getting their first point of the season and Stoke's first point of the season. So yeah, I've gone with Stoke City 1, Liverpool 1 at the Britannia Stadium. So final game of the first weekend of the season on the Monday Night Football, West Brom versus Man City on the 8 o'clock kickoff. I've gone with a 3-1 win to Manchester City. I can see West Brom scoring, but I can see Man City's firepower, especially with Sergio Aguero, being too much for them, along with Boney maybe, and maybe Raheem Sterling. That could be his first game for City, even we know he's already left Liverpool. And maybe Delph might play, as Stephen would say, Snake. But yeah, I've gone with 3-1 to Manchester City, because I can see maybe Sterling might want to hit the ground running quite quickly. I would maybe see him getting on the score sheet, and maybe Aguero, all the rest of it. Maybe Sterling might not even play. I don't know, because it's on Friday at the moment, not even Monday. So I've gone with a 3-1 win to Manchester City at the Hawthorns away from home against West Brom. So this is going to wrap up the video. Just to recap, I've gone with 2-1 for Manchester United against Spurs, 1-1 Bournemouth Villa, 3-1 Everton against Watford, 1-0 Leicester against Sunderland, 2-0 to Palace at Carroll Road against Norwich, an easy 2-0 win for Chelsea at Stamford Bridge against Swansea, an easy 3-0 win for Arsenal against West Ham, a entertaining 2-2 draw between Newcastle and Southampton, a honours even 1-1 at Britannia Stadium between Stoke and Liverpool, and finally the Monday Night Football. I've gone for an easy Man City win. I can see West Brom scoring in this one, but I have gone with West Brom 1, Manchester City 3. So this is going to wrap up the video. Put in the comments down below what your predictions are. I've been a True Gooner. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and peace.